Recognizing the presence of an evil person in your life is more than a judgment exercise. It's a crucial skill for your survival. These individuals can negatively impact your emotional health, professional environments, and personal relationships. Be aware, as these people may be closer to you than you think. By identifying those who exhibit destructive traits, you can protect yourself from manipulations and harm, preserving your well-being, positive energy, and maintaining healthy interactions. The goal of this video is not only to help you identify the warning signs of malevolence, but also to empower you with knowledge and strategies to combat it. By the end of this video, you will discover how to deal with these evil people. This crucial skill will allow you to maintain control in your interactions and free yourself from their schemes. Stay until the end of the video to find out all about this solution, which will be the cornerstone to protect yourself against evil. Let's start with the first sign: charm and charisma. Evil people often present an almost irresistible facade of charm and charisma. They use this charming approach to draw people into their circle, creating an image of someone trustworthy. This behavior is calculated to gain the sympathy of others, just to establish a solid base on which they can manipulate relationships to their favor. Over time, however, this image begins to unravel. Although they continue to demonstrate charm in public situations or when they need something in return, these individuals begin to show genuine disinterest in the needs of others, unless they align directly with their personal goals. This often leads to emotional manipulation or abuse, where the initial charm serves as a smokescreen for their true intentions. This transition from charisma to manipulation can be subtle and is often justified by the malicious individual as beneficial, further confusing their victims. It is essential to be aware of how this person deals with situations that do not bring direct benefit to them. The change in behavior are major indicators that the charm is just a tool for more obscure objectives. For example, in the workplace, a malicious colleague may initially appear as a natural leader, praising teamwork and collaboration. However, behind this facade, this individual may be manipulating others to do the heavy lifting or sabotaging colleagues, aiming to climb the career ladder without consideration for the damage caused to others. Therefore, we will provide more details on how you can identify manipulation by an evil person. Individuals with malicious tendencies often use manipulation as a tool of control to influence others for their own benefit. They are adept at applying a variety of manipulative tactics, such as lying, gaslighting, and blame shifting, each designed to strengthen their power over their victims. Lying is one of the most straightforward and common tools used by manipulators. A malevolent person might create a story of illness to gain sympathy and divert attention from their questionable actions, or to justify delays and absences at work or in personal commitments. Gaslighting involves making the victim doubt their own memory, perception, or sanity. A classic example of gaslighting might occur in a relationship, where the manipulator denies events or conversations that happened, causing the partner to question their own reality and become more dependent on the manipulator for the truth. Using guilt as a weapon, the manipulator coerces others to do what he wants, exploiting their emotions for his own benefit. A typical scenario might involve a boss who manipulates an employee to work overtime under the pretense that not trusting him to finish an important project could harm his career in the company. Manipulation is especially dangerous because it can be very subtle and be exercised continuously without the victim realizing what is happening. Over time, these manipulation tactics not only allow the evil person to control others, but also create a power dynamic where the victims feel unable to act or react. Recognizing these patterns is the first crucial step to breaking the cycle of manipulation and starting to regain control over your own life. Another very common characteristic is a lack of empathy. This sign is a clear indicator of an evil person. Individuals who demonstrate this trait have difficulty, or even a total inability, to connect emotionally with others. This disinterest in the emotions of others shows a real predisposition to harm others without remorse. As in situations of conflict or suffering, where the evil person, in addition to ignoring the emotional needs of others, still manipulates these emotions for their own benefit. In a work environment, for example, an unempathetic leader might demand that his subordinates meet unreasonable deadlines, completely ignoring the stress and excessive pressure this causes to the team, something that benefits only one person, himself. Furthermore, People with a marked lack of empathy often fail to recognize their own mistakes because they simply do not feel the pain they inflict on others. This not only perpetuates harmful behaviors but also prevents any form of sincere conflict resolution. It is essential to be aware of these signs, as the lack of empathy is often a precursor to more directly destructive behaviors, such as chronic dishonesty, which we will explore now. Chronic dishonesty is a striking trait in an evil person, characterized by frequent lies. This pattern of behavior not only manipulates reality to suit their needs, but also destroys the fundamental trust necessary in any healthy relationship. People who lie chronically use dishonesty as a tool to avoid consequences, achieve personal gains, or simply create an image of themselves that is more favorable. For example, in the context of friendships or romantic relationships, a dishonest person might invent stories about their past, their achievements or experiences, aiming to construct a persona that is admirable. These lies, while they may seem harmless initially, often become more complex and intricate, leading to a web of deceptions that is difficult to sustain without causing harm. In the work environment, chronic dishonesty may manifest itself in the manipulation of information, claiming credit for the work of others, or hiding critical mistakes that could have serious consequences for the company and everyone who works there. This lack of integrity undermines the effectiveness of the team and can even lead to the ruin of an entire company, leaving hundreds of employees unemployed. Therefore, if a person you already suspect is malicious tells a story too good to be true, it's because it is. Recognizing chronic dishonesty is crucial, as it serves as a red flag that other forms of toxic and manipulative behavior may be in play. Just as lying corrupts the truth, provocation can corrupt your emotional balance, something we will explore in detail in the next sign. One of the most disturbing signs of an evil person is their ability to constantly provoke negative emotions, such as anger, frustration, and sadness, in others. This type of behavior is often a tactic to emotionally destabilize victims, causing them to act irrationally and be harmed. This provocation by evil people brings out the worst feelings in you. These are bad emotions that disconnect you from the universe, causing you, through the law of attraction, to unintentionally attract more and more bad things into your life. For example, in personal relationships, a malevolent person might start arguments to provoke anger or despair. These situations are created to test the limits of the other person and for the manipulator to extract energy from intense emotional reactions, thus reinforcing their own sense of control and power. In the workplace, this provocation can take the form of constant criticism or unexpected changes in expectations, leading colleagues to a state of constant stress and uncertainty. These actions not only deteriorate the work environment but can also lead to reduced performance and a toxic organizational climate, where fear and anxiety prevail at the expense of your health. Understanding and identifying when someone is deliberately provoking negative emotions is essential for maintaining your own emotional stability. This will allow you to take steps to protect yourself, avoiding reactions that are harmful to yourself or that perpetuate the cycle of manipulation. But before we talk about what you can do about it, it's important that you recognize the next sign. Excessive envy is another revealing sign of an evil person, characterized by an overwhelming desire to possess what others have and a deep resentment towards the happiness of others. Individuals suffering from excessive envy cannot rejoice in the triumphs of others. Instead, they see these successes as a threat to their own value or position. This envy can manifest in various destructive ways. Imagine an employee who constantly belittles the successes of a recently promoted colleague, claiming that the colleague only achieved the promotion through luck or connections, not merit. In addition to spreading doubts and discontent in the workplace, this person might try to sabotage the promoted colleague by intentionally delaying crucial projects that depend on both of their collaborations. This envy can also arise in social contexts, such as a friend who reacts negatively to another's new romantic relationship, making derogatory comments about the partner and fabricating lies. Sometimes, it even goes as far as to seduce the friend's partner to prove that they can be more desired. Recognizing excessive envy in someone is crucial because, if unchecked, it can erode the foundations of any healthy relationship and turn minor disagreements into significant conflicts. Moreover, by understanding the nature of this envy, it is possible to adopt a more compassionate approach, reducing the negative impact of these feelings. Now, when we're talking about a truly malevolent person, an inflated ego is often the engine behind this excessive envy. An inflated ego is a common trait among those who may be considered malevolent. After all, they often prioritize their own pleasure at the expense of the well-being of others. This excessive focus on oneself can manifest as feelings of arrogance and disregard for the feelings of others. For example, consider a manager whose inflated ego leads them to constantly seek recognition and praise, regardless of whether it is deserved. Such a manager might take credit for the work of their team without acknowledging anyone else, believing they are inherently more deserving of applause than anyone else. This not only demotivates the team but also promotes a toxic work environment where collaboration and mutual respect are undermined. In personal relationships, someone with an inflated ego may constantly demand attention and admiration from their partner, making the relationship revolve around their needs and desires. They may react with anger or contempt if they feel they are not being prioritized or admired enough, showing little concern for the emotional well-being of others in these interactions. And it can get even worse. People with an inflated ego often create power imbalances, making interactions stressful and suffocating. This leads us to the next sign, which is the need for extreme control over the other person. Individuals who demonstrate a need for extreme control are extremely malevolent. This behavior can manifest in various ways, including micromanagement, the imposition of strict rules, and the demonstration of possessive tendencies. In a relationship, a person with this trait might insist on controlling all aspects of their partner's life, from financial decisions to social interactions, often justifying their behavior as a form of care or concern. However, this is a strategy to keep the partner under control and limit their autonomy. In the workplace, a boss who demands extreme control might supervise every detail of their subordinates' projects, not allowing flexibility or creativity. They might set unrealistic expectations and severely punish any deviation from the instructions given, creating a climate of fear among employees. This need for control not only compromises the autonomy and well-being of others, but is also a major source of conflict. Recognizing this tendency in someone is crucial to avoid becoming submissive to their demands and to start reclaiming your own space and freedom. The way a person manipulates situations and avoids taking responsibility for their actions is also an important indicator of their character. Irresponsible individuals often fail to fulfill their commitments, neglecting the effects of their choices and actions on others and on themselves. In personal contexts, this can be seen in someone who constantly makes promises and does not keep them, leaving friends and family in difficult situations. For example, a person may commit to helping with an important project or a family event, only to disappear at the last minute, leaving others in trouble and without explanations. In the workplace, irresponsibility can manifest as a lack of professionalism, such as not meeting deadlines or not performing essential tasks, often attributing the failure to external factors or the mistakes of colleagues. This selfish attitude, in addition to not contributing to forming a strong team, also destroys trust and respect among colleagues and supervisors. Recognizing and dealing with irresponsibility is crucial because it helps prevent patterns of excuses and evasion from becoming normalized in relationships. Addressing this behavior firmly and assertively is essential to promote an environment where accountability and reliability are valued. Understanding these 9 signs of an evil person is fundamental to protect yourself and maintain healthy, positive relationships. And as promised, I will now reveal the best way for you to protect yourself and come out stronger from a relationship with an evil person. The most important thing here is for you to understand that you should not let yourself be contaminated by the negative energy that an evil person wants to impose on you. See, each person can only give you what they already have inside them. If they are malicious, it's because evil predominates within them, and therefore they end up attracting only bad things to their life. With so much badness inside, this evil eventually overflows and contaminates the people around them. If you lower your guard and allow yourself to be contaminated, at some point, you will become an evil person. So, to prevent this from happening, do the following. Establish clear boundaries with firmness and respect. Define clear boundaries in a way that respects both your integrity and that of others. By doing this, you create a safe space that allows energies to flow more harmoniously and connected with the universe. For example, if someone tries to manipulate you with guilt, Respond directly that you recognize what is happening and that you will not accept this behavior. Always maintaining calm. And at the same time, practice emotional detachment. Learn to be indifferent in the face of provocation attempts. This can be challenging, but it is crucial for preserving your positive energy. Techniques such as breathing, mindfulness, and meditation are great allies that will help you stay calm and centered amid attempts at manipulation. Seek spiritual support. Engage with communities or groups that share your spiritual beliefs. The support of people who value positivity and spiritual connection can strengthen your energy and provide a refuge from negative influences. Moreover, if it's in a workplace setting, seek to unite with other colleagues who are also victims of the same abuser. Evil, the more it grows, the more it leaves traces, until at some point, the same evil they sowed comes back to them. By adopting these principles, you not only minimize the impact of evil people in your life, but also expand your connection with the universe, attracting more positivity and peace to your daily life. Remember, not everyone who shows some of these signs is necessarily an evil person. It is advisable to always consider the context and the behavioral history of the person. If you found value in this video, then subscribe to the channel. Here, we will continue exploring topics that elevate your consciousness and strengthen your spirit. Share this video with friends and family who can also benefit from these holistic and spiritual strategies for dealing with evil people. Together, we can create a stronger and more connected community, supported by values of love, respect, and spiritual growth. Leave your comment below with your experiences or additional insights on this topic. Your contribution is crucial for us to learn from each other and expand our capacity to live in harmony. Remember, by taking care of yourself and establishing healthy boundaries, you are not only protecting your energy but also contributing to the vibrational elevation of our planet. Let's continue this journey together, seeking deeper and more meaningful connections with the universe.